Hi YouTubers, and welcome to my review of the Umarex P99. This weapon is actually licensed by Walther, so it's a faithful replica of the P99. This is the non-blowback CO2 pistol, and there are a couple of accessories that I mentioned at the start that do not come with the standard gun. One is the laser pointer and the other one is the silencer, and I will talk about both of those later. Well, the P99 is a CO2 pistol and is powered by a 12 gram CO2 cartridge which is held in the magazine of the gun. And for safety purposes, we're leaving the magazine out of the gun during this part of the review, and we'll be looking at the shooting aspects and accuracy in a later video. First of all, I just want to run over the operation of this gun. You've got the safety catch on the right hand side, and you slide that back to fire, and you see the red dot exposed, and forward for safe. It's a double action trigger, and like I say, at the moment there is no gas in the gun, so I can pull the trigger without fear of anything happening, but I would caution anyone using any kind of replica gun or air pistol or airsoft gun is do not point these at people, especially when you're outside, because let me tell you, it will instigate armed response by the police. Okay, so I'm going to take the safety catch off, and it will work as a double action pistol, so pull, or it can be cocked manually before it's shot, and that gets you a slightly lighter pull. Once the gun is cocked, even with the safety catch on, the action can be decocked using the decocking lever, which is on the left hand side of the gun, just above where your thumb of your right hand would be if you're a right-handed shooter, and depressing that will decock the gun. Okay, so once again the decocking button is here, press to decock, and the magazine release catch is here, so depress. You can probably see that better if I press it from the other side. Okay, to load the gun, again always do this with the safety catch in the on position. You press down on this lever here, which is normally where your slide release would be on the real gun. What will happen is the front part of the action will slide forward, and that enables you to load in one of these 8-shot rotary magazines into the slot there, and there you go, there's your 8 shots ready to go. And every time you cock the gun by either manually cocking it or pulling the trigger, the cylinder will rotate one place, and you have got 8 shots which will go as quickly as you can pull the trigger. I would say that with the double action pull of this gun, it's quite heavy, it's quite difficult to get accurate shots, and I prefer, for accuracy at least, to manually cock the gun by pulling back this part of the slide. The magazine, we'll put the magazine in, it's got nothing in, we'll leave this open while the magazine's in the gun. It goes in like so, and that's actually ambidextrous, it's on both sides, and that will allow the magazine to drop cleanly free. Okay, so now moving on to the next. Okay, I've got a couple of accessories on here. I've got the silencer, and I've got the laser sight on there again. The silencer unscrews, and the kit that the silencer comes with has got an extra bit that screws onto the front of the gun. There's a little screw on the front of the standard Walther which goes in here, and this plate screws onto the front instead, which has got a little thread on it. I actually think that the gun looks quite decent like that. Some people might like to shoot it like that. Doesn't look quite like a CP99 when you do that. And also then I've got the laser standard rail accessory that clips on the bottom here, and it's got a pressure switch which is attached to a little bit of velcro on this elasticated strip here which goes around the grip, and when you depress that, you get the laser beam coming on. And it's a solid bit of kit, there's not too much rattle. I'll say the reasons for buying this, these are good backyard plinkers. They're not as powerful as a standard air pistol, so they're quite safe for the back garden, provided you take a few simple precautions, which I'll cover in a later video. They've got a reasonable amount of accuracy. There is very little recoil, if any recoil at all, and they have got quite a heavyweight construction. They're also quite good replicas of the real thing, but this is still a very good value pistol, and I would recommend it to anybody who's a first time user for a CO2 pistol.